I have come to this very interesting place on the outskirts of Prayagraj, and this place has been on my radar for quite a long time. And also, I have visited this place 2 years back, but that time it was very late in the evening. The light was fading, and I didn't get some good pictures as I had expected. And then it remained on my wish list for a long time. So firstly, there's a nice wind blowing, and I have used my wind muff, the cat, for the first time. Okay, now can you see a boat over there? So yes, the indication of a boat is that there is a riverside nearby. So I just saw this track over here, walking track, and I halted before going to the main destination and decided to take a walk. So there's this beautiful riverside. You can see the river is now emerging from behind the cliff, a short cliff, and then there is another boat over here. So that means that Yamuna river comes up till this level. So maybe this embankment must have been made by the people long time back to provide a kind of support so that the water doesn't enter into the main settlements. So yes, the water level rises, and 2 monsoons I have missed to see how much the water level is rising. So this place that I'm mentioning, it has a peculiar feature of these small boulders, a pile of boulders stacked one over the other. And the main attraction is over there. That's the temple which we are going to visit today. That's the path which is going to come across. So in fact, there are 2 of them, if you must have noticed. One is over here. That's also a big boulder, and there's a temple on top, and the one is over there in the front. And that's Yamuna river. So this entire place gets flooded, and you can reach that temple only via boat. So that phenomenon I have to see, because the water level has receded quite a bit, but again it's going to rise massively, and it's going to come till here. So I will be standing on this very spot the next couple of months. The monsoon should set in, and then there is this ugly bridge coming which is blocking the view. I don't know who has planned it, maybe for the better of the local people, but then it's so ugly and eyesore. It's going to block the view of this temple. Anyway, let's see which beautiful angle I can take. And this is the typical countryside. So the moment you leave the main roads and come towards the rural UP, you will find that this is the milk country. There's a beautiful field ahead, and there are cows and buffaloes grazing, and there is this, whatever area has been left by the river is now being cultivated. Beautiful scene there in the distance. Amazing. This is the place what I was talking about. It is Sri Sujavan Dev Mandir, and it is a temple of Lord Shiva. Now there are many interesting aspects to this temple, but first let us climb up and let us enjoy the view from top. It's a very short walk from here. You can see right there on top, the approach road is here. It's a mix of kacha and pakka track, but the main road finishes somewhere over there. So either you can walk down from there, or you can bring your car here the way I have. 2-wheelers can come right up till the stairs. So there are 2 pathways to climb. You can go from here or here, it doesn't matter. I think this is for climbing up and this is for coming down. So one place about this, one interesting thing about this place is the view. So if you are a photographer like the one I am, so it gives you a spectacular view of the place. There's a pumping station coming up over here. It's going to spoil the view, but as you climb higher, you will get a better view of Yamuna. And there at some point of time, you can leave the staircase and go on to the side. There's a shivling over there, beautiful. So this is, oh, this staircase, finishes at this place. So that is not the way to go up. That road is over there. So that was just for the shivling, I think. That's the main entrance. I had come here more than 2 years back, which is why I have forgotten the path to it. So there we go. So there are two stories to this place. One is that Yamaraj had come here to meet his sister Yamuna. That's Yamuna. And Yamaraj had come here, and he was very much pleased with her hospitality, and he granted a wish that on Bhai Dooj, anybody who comes here to visit this place at Yamuna will be granted a wish. So that's why Bhai Dooj festival is celebrated in a big way over here. And Mahashivratri is also celebrated. So this is a kind of viewpoint. In fact, if you're one of those daring types, actually this pathway has been blocked, but I could see many people walking across, climbing on the stones, and then sitting over here and taking their selfies and all. So you can try that if nobody's watching. Otherwise, barricading means that you cannot do it anymore. So there you go. As you climb higher, a beautiful view of Yamuna. So one story is associated with Yamaraj. Of course, there is a Shiv temple over there. And that is one entrance. This is another one. All these places I had photographed at night using my GoPro. So I'll wait for these people to leave and then climb up. There you go. Amazing view. And there is signs of some construction work. Okay, I'll come to this part later. So there's this flat rock. You can sit over here and enjoy an amazing view. So this whole place is flooded by the Yamuna waters during monsoons. And after the water level recedes, it leaves this entire region with a fresh layer of fertile silt coming from the mountains. So the crops grown over here are very good. And every year, people, they come here and they do some harvesting. And of course, since this is the cow country, milk country, you will find cows and buffaloes also grazing. It's once the water level rises, this place can only be accessed by a boat. Those people have still not left. Okay, they are leaving now. Okay, there we go. So this is the main staircase to the temple. There's one Hanuman Mandir over here. And this is the final view from top. Now the second story about this place is really interesting. So before I start telling the story, just have a look at the structure. It is circular and it is unlike any other temple that you have ever seen. Okay. So this hill, on top of this hill, there was an old temple which was demolished by a person called Khaiste Khan. Now, if you remember Khaiste Khan, he's the one who got humiliated in Pune, and his fingers were cut off by Shivaji, and then he came to meet Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb was very, very unhappy with him, and then he banished him to Allahabad. So over here he stayed and he made this place. He destroyed the temple over here and he made this place as a sit out. So he used to sit over here and he used to enjoy the view of Yamuna, contemplating what went wrong in Maharashtra and Pune and how he was defeated by Shivaji. And as an evidence, you can see the inside of this dome, there are some writings. Let me zoom it a little bit closer. I'll try to zoom in. So there are these writings which indicate that these writings have been established later. And the moment Khaiste Khan left this place, the local people reclaimed this place and they installed the present idols over here. So that's the interesting story behind this place, the second story. There's also a third one which I would like to document, but not from here. Once we climb down, there are some evidences which suggest a very interesting story, and the archaeological finds also support it. Now the question is that whether this structure is a natural one or is it man-made. So there was some digging work going on by contractors who were working for the East India Company, and they found signs of an ancient city. And then the excavations began, and they were researched and all. And then there were traces that there was a kingdom over here and an ancient city. Now, how ancient and how advanced? Second part, let us answer. See, had this been a natural phenomenon, it would not have been engineered in such a manner. So see the engineering. There are smaller, flatter stones at the first level, and then as the level starts climbing, larger and larger stones are piled on one top of the other, but the stones are all flat. They are a tabular kind of stones. This is the first part which is strikingly visible. And then the second part, if you see, at the lowest level, there is this soil which is corroding. And then over here, you can notice some kind of, it appears to be a cement mix. Here, you can see between the two stones. And here you can see the stone is almost cut into a flat. So there are smaller, flatter stones here. This is one stone, this is one stone, and then there are bigger stones, and they have piled, and here again you can see some kind of cementing. Okay. Now what has happened is, over a period of time, the Yamuna river has removed the soil from here, which is the reason why these big boulders must have fallen off from the main structure. That's one possibility. Okay, and it would have happened long time back. Maybe excessive flooding of the Yamuna. So every time, if you go around the structure, you will see it visibly. So there are these smaller stones, and there are these bigger boulders, and the top one is the biggest. Then we go a little further, and something very interesting is again visible. So this rock is a huge chunk, okay, and apparently it is just at a side. And all this place is fields. There's no rocks over here. So this is the only place which is rocks. And then this place appears to have, this rock appears to have just fallen here. So this one could have been stuck up over there as one of the foundation stones, and as the Yamuna kept flooding, it would have fallen behind. Okay, so that's the possibility. But then, here is the interesting part. This is not a natural pattern. There's the pattern of waves, as if something has been pushed inside. Over here, prominently, you can see it goes right up till the top. So this boulder must have been carved out of a bigger boulder and then brought over here and placed over here in one of the foundations. I think this could have been the structure which has fallen apart because of the corrosion of the river. So that's one good evidence. But then again, more interesting things. You see these indents, these don't look natural. And then I further found ahead one more rock which is truly interesting. I don't know how close I'll be able to go, so let's try. There you go. There is one pathway here. Yeah. So these marks, if you see from far away, they don't appear to be natural. They are all, they are perfectly man-made. So that looks like some kind of, stone which has been driven. First they must have made a hole in the rock, and then they must have driven the stone inside to break this portion away. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, all these things from a far away, if you see, they are man-made patterns. So this is how they must have broken these stones. They must have brought it over here, and then they must have piled it one on top of the other to create this temple structure. That's what is the most logical explanation. And then again, if you stand a little behind and see this portion, over here also you can see how the flat rocks have been placed one over the other. But more interesting part is, let me try to point it out. If you see this portion is the flat rocks. They go all the way over there. It starts from here, watch closely. And then over here, there is a riverbed. Okay, so this would have been the original riverbed. I'll try to go over from there at that side. This would have been the original riverbed. And these rocks have been placed above the riverbed. So they have made a foundation over here. This is, if that is the riverbed, say over there, you can see it. That is the riverbed. And then one foundation was made over here. A part of the foundation has fallen apart and come over here as this rock. But that was the riverbed. And then they made one foundation over here, they made a platform, and then on this platform they kept piling up the stones one by one right up till top. And on the top they put one of the largest stone. So let me try to go over there, and then again on this particular stone, like this stone also appears to have fallen from the main structure. So you can see all these marks are not natural, they are all man-made. So the riverbed is here. And this stone must have come apart from the main structure and then come over here and then fallen in the riverbed long time back again, because in recent history there is no memory of people, knowing about this thing. And then, again, this is one of the big stones which has fallen from the main structure. So over here also, if you see, you can see how the stone has been cut away. So this could have been part of the main structure, and then here is the riverbed. And these stones again, see again over here you will see these indents, they are all man-made. So that means these rocks were broken at some other place, they were brought over here and then they were placed. And see over here, like between this big block and this big rock, one small rock is placed as if to balance it. So here again, same thing. There's a big rock over here and there is a smaller rock placed to balance, and then they placed a bigger boulder over here. So that's the beauty about the whole thing, and this is the place where I was pointing about. See, this is the riverbed and this is the rock, and then they have piled rocks one over the other. And over here again you can see some kind of cementing. Over here, see, there is definitely some kind of cementing, all these white marks. And then this is the place where these boulders must have come down from. Okay, so that's the that's the beauty about this place. So this place is known as Bhiti, and the traces of the ancient kingdom, they have been excavated, and there is still research going on. There are many archaeological sites over here. Now the question comes up that why is this, what happened to this ancient kingdom? So one option could be wars. Wars are very devastating and they kill. So war is one option. The other option is drought or famine. Now today's world, it is very hard to believe that there can be droughts, but yes, there were droughts in those days. And because of droughts, people used to migrate. Now if this kingdom was set up next to the Yamuna, so the possibility of a drought is only there if the water of Yamuna has dried up. And that's quite possible because those days there were no dams and also whatever water fell, it just flowed away. and that is why people must have left this place and migrated somewhere else. So there is a lot of information on the internet with regards to this city, and this day continues to be beautiful. Morning I had gone to Arel Ghat, and now I was wondering whether I could do further some more photography, and the sun has again gone behind the clouds. So let me think about it. I wanted to walk across and then go right over there till the river bed. There's some birds over there, maybe capture a few of them. Let's see.